That'll do. Hello, welcome to another live stream. How are we? One person viewing. I don't know who it is. I haven't announced them live yet, so I'm just about to go and do that. So let me just sort that out while people maybe join me. Say cheese, everybody. Hey, everybody. Two people watching. Hello. I'll be with you in a moment. I'm just sharing online that I am live. And it's popping up. So yeah, it is obviously working. So it's just popped up on YouTube. Brilliant. 3 people watching. I don't know who's watching. If you want to come on the chat, please do so and say hello if you want to. Decepticon King, hello. 4 people watching, hello. Ding dong. Decepticon King, sup mate? I'm well, thanks man. I'm just sharing online to see if anybody else wants to pop on. I apologise for being a little bit unsociable. I will be with you in a moment. Decepticon Queen, hello. It's a bit warm today. 5 people watching. I apologise to those 5 people for being so rude. I'll be with you right in a second. I keep saying that, I know. Right, that's done. It's shared now, so let's commence. So I'm going to go and try. I'm going to go and try and find some information. The information that I found out mostly Transformers live action movie wise, there isn't much to really talk about. So this is more or less going to be just a general chill out chat. Talk about. But I just thought to just get. And I'm here chilling out with my Mandalorian famous cup thing. Hope everyone's well in the chat. Jason, Wendy, Decepticon King, Decepticon Queen, hope you all well, and everybody else currently watching. There's 5 people watching, so I know 2 of those people are currently in the chat. So if you want to come and say hi, please do so. Please come and say hi. Don't be shy. I don't bite much, but come and say hi. You don't have to really talk about toys or Transformers or collecting if you don't want to. You talk about anything: video games, books, comic books, music, anything you want to talk about. It's just a general chat, but I'm going to talk about some TF movie news as well. Let's have a look, see if I can find something. Because like I was saying, so Alex Yu, The Raging Nation, is the YouTube channel that I found out some information through, but there's not that much to really go on. All I know is that there's been another Transformers movie greenlit with absolutely no information at all about it. That it's just there's another one that is separate from the main stock timeline, which I believe is the Bumblebee timeline, because Bumblebee essentially rebooted what Michael Bay did. So there's a sequel to the Bumblebee movie, which is called Beast Alliance, which I already spoke about. And now Transformers Beast Alliance is kind of the working title for it. Is apparently set in the 90s, and it is going to, by what we can gather, it's going to be covering, or it could possibly have Beast Wars characters in it, which I already spoke about in my other TF Movie News chat. But there has been some rumours about possible casting choices and other things. So I'm just going to do a general search and just see. No, I don't want. Computer says no. What's people saying in the chat? Well, because I am opening a window while streaming, and this computer does not like to do more than one thing at once. So I apologize for that. It keeps going off. John does bite. Oh, right, okay. John does bite. I've seen him with his Pringles. Yeah. Decepticon Queen, I'm okay. Well, kind of. Had a blood test taken today. Needles equals badness. Yes. Yeah, a lot of people do not like needles. I mean, when I was a kid, I freaking hated needles. And when I was at school and we had to have the different things that, where like a nurse or a couple of nurses would come into schools and they would give you some jabs when you were younger and everything. I hated those days. But there was one time where I kind of got used to them and I started to get quite not as scared of them anymore. And I can't remember what it was for, but I don't know if anybody else in the chat that's about the same age as me. I'm 31 now, so people that was roughly around about the same age as me, I don't know, when you was at school, there was basically a like this injection for something, and it was basically 6 little needles in a circle. It was like 6 little needles in a circle, and when people heard that it was a 6-needle jab, they lost their shit. And I was just like, interesting. 6 needles. I can use this as to my advantage. So the evil young 7-8-year-old me, possibly about 8 or 9, maybe 10, possibly about 10, I'd say. I was a little bastard. Not much has changed, but I was a little twat. And I went in. It was my turn. There was loads of kids kind of queuing up, basically the whole school queuing up to get one. And a mate of mine kind of had the same idea that was in front of me and had his. And as he walked off, he was like, "Bloody hell, my arm is falling off. My arm kills. My arm is killing me. Oh God, my arm's gone dead." And it freaked a lot of people out. So when it was my turn, I went and had it taken, and I did the same thing straight after him. And that sounds really, really awful now. That sounds really awful saying that back, because generally some people are petrified of needles, and the people do have a general phobia of needles. And I apologize to Wendy for being for me doing that, but I was 10 years old. I didn't know any better. So anyway, what's been said again? Decepticon King, they really stray away from calling stuff Beast Wars, mainly the Beast Wars part. Yeah, true. Decepticon King, 31 and staying strong. Good man. Decepticon King again. Now you are a man bastard. Decepticon Queen, I shouldn't be afraid of me. Oh, well, been retracted. Right, let's have a look, see on the old webs. Let's have a look. There doesn't seem to be that much. I don't think what I've managed to cover, I think, is pretty much, because some of the information that I would have touched upon in my first one has actually been debunked as possible rumor or completely false or rumor. But there has been some things that generally are true. And that is the people that have been named as the directors for at least 2 of these films. There's another film that I don't know if they've only just released I don't know, but I'll have a look. That's good, Queen. I'm not so much afraid of them, just don't like them, which is odd, as I'm covered with tattoos and piercings. I know, that's kind of funny. Not funny, but that's kind of a thing, is that so many people are terrified of needles or just do not like them, but yet they have piercings and tattoos, which with a tattoo, they have literally got like a needle with ink in it, and they are scratching it into your skin. Literally scratching it into. I've got 2. I'm not trying to do a Wakanda forever salute. I'm just trying to show you I have 2 tattoos. I have that one, which is supposed to be a dragon's head, which isn't finished. I need to try at some point, try and get it finished or touched up. And I have this one, which is the first one I got, which is just tribal ink with a skull in it. So they're mine. I want to get another one. I want to get one in memory of my mum, who passed away back in 2017. So I want to get one in memory of my mum. I don't know what the hell to get yet. I really don't. And I want to get one possibly in honor of maybe one of maybe my grandparents as well. My granddad, he was a fisherman, and well, when he was younger, he was a fisherman and everything. So I don't know what to do with that. And also, I want to get a few more tattoos that mean something to me as well, like maybe a favorite band, an anime, maybe something from an anime that I like, or even Transformers related. I really want to get another tattoo. Excuse me, wow. Excuse me. To be honest, this might just turn out to be just a general chat, but I don't know. I might have to go on to the source of where I found some of this information. Oh, what's this? This looks like. What's this one? I've no idea if this is true, but this was on the 27th of last month, so March. So this article went up on the 27th of March of this year, and I can't show you in real time. So what I'm doing is actually this is from comicbookmovie.com. So this is the article that I'm currently talking about. So what I'm going to do is, actually wants to read with me, they can do. So that link is the article that I'm currently talking about now. Transformers. New live-action movie in the works from the Defenders showrunner and Angel. There we go. Angel Manuel Soto. So this is something new I haven't spoke about yet. So Paramount is the Defenders showrunner. So the Defenders, what they're talking about there is it's the Netflix Defenders series that they did. So it's the showrunner of that with yeah, basically the series they did on is apparently let me keep reading. So there's a new Transformers new for fuck's sake. What? Piss off. Anyway, bloody pop-ups. Transformers, the new thinking I can't speak today. I apologise, I can't bloody speak. It is annoying. Breathe. And in 1, 2, 3. Transformers, new live-action movie, and Angel Manuel Soto. I really apologize if I've just screwed that name up. I definitely have. So it says Paramount is continuing to expand the Transformers franchise with the visions of new filmmakers. As the Defenders showrunner Marco Ramirez, there we go, is teaming with Charm City Kings director Angel Manuel Soto. It says the Hollywood Reporter reveals that Paramount Pictures has made a commitment, interesting, to develop a new live-action Transformers movie from Marco Ramirez and Angel Manuel Soto. The latter director, Charm City Kings, while Ramirez served as showrunner on The Defenders. That crossover series was almost well received by comic book fans. Okay. Unfortunately, we have no plot details to share with you, as this Untitled Transformers movie is in very early stages of development. However, the trade reveals that the project is being developed apart from the universe of the main line of Transformers films that Paramount has been making since 2007. Stephen Capel Jr.'s Creed 2 movie remains in development. As for this one, Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, Don Murphy, and Tom DeSanto, producers, are all previous Transformers movies are expected to play the same role here. Paramount Pictures is clearly looking to expand on this IP, which no doubt hoping they find the same commercial success Bay's movies did in the process. We'll hopefully have more to share soon. Right, so to kind of gather what I've just read here about this article is that there is indeed a brand new Transformers live action movie in development that is separate from the current films that have been releasing. It also says from 2007, so we can gather that this is separate from the Bay films and Bumblebee, the current timeline, which is going to be Bumblebee and whatever comes next. So this is going to be a general out there movie that is currently greenlit. There's nothing else. All we've got is the showrunner for the Defenders and the director of Charm City Kings that are both working on this concept. So there's that bit of news. Hey, Geeky Trainer, Lawrence. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? Have you been watching the Transformers movies? I haven't been watching the live action films. I haven't watched them for a little bit. But yeah. I've got to be in a certain mindset to watch the Bay films. Tell me, Decepticon King, Angel Delight. All right, so that's that article. Let's just see if I can find something else. I generally think that is just the only bit of new information. That is literally a brand new article. It's the first time I've actually spoken about that one. This one's... What's this one? That's what I've just spoken about. What's this one? So this is on Cybertron. Cybertron.com. This is on. So it says ranking the movies. I don't want that one. I don't think this is what I need. That's not what I need. What's this one? Is it talking about the same what I've just spoken about? I think I might have spoken about this one. This is based by the Creed 2 director, Stephen Capel Jr., which is apparently is going to be, I think, yeah. So Stephen Capel Jr. is the director for Transformers Beast Alliance, which I've already spoken about. I think that's it, to be honest. I generally think that's it, because there's been no, at the moment, there's not been any, from what I can gather, there hasn't been anyone cast yet, except for, I think, one kid that I did talk about in my other live stream. I think there's only one kid that's actually been cast. And there's basically, right, there's actually, I think, now 4 films in production for Transformers. All right, there is apparently a animated Cybertron prequel Transformers movies in production and the guy directing that is the guy who directed Toy Story 4, the last Toy Story film. So basically, the guy who directed the more recent Toy Story film is directing a animated Transformers prequel film that is going to be set on Cybertron. So that one's in production. Then Stephen Carell Jr. is directing this possible sequel, or it's within the timeline of the Bumblebee movie, which is going to, that's happening. So Stephen Carell Jr. is directing that, who directed Creed 2. And then we've got, what else have we got? So basically that one's called Beast Alliance. Transformers Beast Alliance is the one that Stephen Carell Jr. is directing. Now we've got this one that's come out of nowhere, which is in very early development. That is actually completely separate from any of the films that we've currently had since 2007. Is there another one in production? I think there is, because there was 2 scripts. There was 2 Transformers scripts conceived. There was 2 Transformers scripts done, and the one that was chosen out the 2 to happen first was Beast Alliance script. And then there's another script that is going to be the film after Beast Alliance. So I think there's currently 4 films in production obviously Transformers Beast Alliance releases next year in June, I think it's June 2022. Beast Alliance is supposed to come out. And then after that, I think we've got, I think it might be probably the animated prequel or whatever. I don't know. But at least I think we've got the next 5 years, probably about 5 or 6 years worth of Transformers stuff currently planned and in production. What's people talking about? Decepticon Queen, do you have the Earthrise Quintesson figure? Ours is silently judging us. I don't have that one, actually. I really want to get it. There's 2 versions, isn't there? There's the general for sale one, which was just a Quintesson figure on its own. But I want the one that I want the pit. Is it the Pit of Judgment or the Judgment one that they released, which comes with the Quintesson figure, and it also comes with a little guy that says, "Does a superior magistrate have a verdict?" That guy. And then there's a little "Spare me this mockery of justice." That guy as well, I think. I absolutely love that. I know that scene off by heart from the 86 film. It's just like, that's it, Kranix, that's right. It's just kind of like, "Does a superior magistrate have a verdict? I have. Guilty or innocent. Spare me this mockery of justice. I repeat, guilty or innocent. Innocent. Feed him to the Sharkacons. Oh, I love that film. Anyways, I think that's literally the only Transformers movie. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on YouTube and find Alex Yu's videos and see if he's got any links in the descriptions. That way it might actually help me out a little bit to find anything else, because I can only find that one bit of information at the moment. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a crappy stream if it's not going to have much TF news in it. Yep, live stream, and I've just dribbled all down my t-shirt. Lovely. Right, so I've been watching some videos by Alex Yu of the Raging Nation. If anyone's interested in checking him out, I'll put the link to his channel in the live stream chat box in a moment. But basically, for about 2 months now, for a little bit, he's been talking about the movie news. So he was talking about Stephen Carell Jr., talking about his thoughts on him directing Transformers Beast Alliance. And if anybody hasn't seen it, if anybody in the chat is a fan of the Rocky Balboa films, the Rocky films, I recommend checking out Creed 1 and 2, because they are brilliant. And Creed 2, Stephen Carell Jr. directed, and it is literally brilliant. It's probably the best sequel in history of film. Creed 1's good, but Creed 2, it brings back, it's got a great blend of nostalgia and Easter eggs that fans will understand from the Rocky films from back in the 80s. And it also has a nice kind of like adds a bit of new to it as well, like current stuff. Not current stuff, but it kind of adds a little. It's got a good little mixture of all sorts in there, and it really was a good film. So he's directing the next film, and then apparently, that's right. Basically, the Beast Alliance film again. They're talking about casting choices. Now, what I can gather from this video that I watched, they are looking to cast a female actress, or a female actress that is possibly like African American or African, or that kind of descent. And they're probably looking at an actress that is a little bit like Tessa Thompson. That's from the Marvel films, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She plays Valkyrie. I think it is Valkyrie Valkyrie. So basically, Tessa Thompson. Now, I just want to alliterate. Tessa Thompson is not cast in Beast Alliance. They are basically trying to say is they want an actress that is kind of like her, has her essence, has the way that she comes over, but they also want somebody that is kind of like her heritage, her descent, her kind of like that. So basically, they're talking about that, and then. All right, yeah. So basically, how much money do you think this movie has? So, Transformers Beast Alliance has a budget of $200 million. The budget for Bumblebee was, I think, 100, or it was a little bit lower than any of the films that have come before it. It was one of the lowest budgets for a film of its type, but yet, it was still a decent budget. But Beast Alliance is going to have a $200 million budget, which means we're stepping into the territory of movie budget that Michael Bay around about what Michael Bay had. So we're looking at, for Beast Alliance, there's obviously going to be a lot more robots. There's going to be a lot more action. So that seems quite interesting to me, that we've got the Beast Alliance has a $200 million budget and is looking to be kind of in the realms, even though it's still in the Bumblebee timeline, it's got nothing to do with Michael Bay anymore. It's a whole new timeline that they're working out with. But basically this, but Beast Alliance is supposed to be set in the 90s, and it is with, and a couple of the other ones, flashbacks, that the only scenes that had a lot of multiple characters on screen at the same time. Very, very costly because they were fully CGI, and there was also on a fully CGI planet. So there was on Cybertron. Everything was CGI about those scenes. Obviously, Bumblebee was a mixture of practical effect and CGI. They literally built a Bumblebee. They literally built a dummy Bumblebee for Haley Steinfeld to act with. Because the guy that directed Bumblebee, Travis Knight, he's known for stop motion animation. And Bumblebee was the very first live action film that he directed in his career, because he's only ever worked with puppets. So he kind of formulated experience he's had with working with puppets and working with motion. So basically, Bumblebee is literally a practical effect that, but then obviously the scenes where he transforms and everything, and the battle scene with Blitzwing, and the fight scenes at the end with the armed people, and also with the two Decepticon characters that are in there as well, Shatter and whatever. Those two, those basically all that would have been CGI, but he kind of brought that essence of practicality to Bumblebee, which is kind of his forte. What else was so Transformers 8. So Transformers 8. So I think this is the film that is coming after Beast Alliance. Yes, it is. So basically, Transformers 8. It says here, Transformers 8 has a writer and director. So let's have a quick look here. No, there's no link. Let me see if I can find. It'd be nice if you would have put actual. What's this one? Right then. So, Transformers 8. It says here, Transformers 8 is an upcoming American live-action movie. Obviously, of course, it's American. It will be the 8th installment of the live-action movie franchise. Will be the sequel to Transformers 7. So, We have Transformers 7, which is called Transformers Beast Alliance, which is the sequel to Bumblebee, or in the continuity of Bumblebee. And now we have Transformers 8, which is the sequel to Beast Alliance. So we already have 2 sequels in the continuity, in the new timeline that they've rebooted. We have 2 films in development, 7 and 8, which continue the story that what Bumblebee started off with. Okay, that kind of direction. Then we also have the animated prequel film that I mentioned about, and we have Stephen Capel Jr.'s film as well. Stephen Capel Jr. is the 7th one. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's a Transformers 8 as well, and then there's this other one that's just come out of nowhere with the showrunner of the Defenders and that. So there's definitely there is now 4 films in development. This is now confirmed that. Announcement. It says Transformers 8 was first announced by Stephen Davis, Hasbro's executive vice president and chief content officer. So let me just go on the IMDb, because they've just announced a director and writer for Transformers 8, apparently. So let's just see if IMDb... Do not quote me on this, because IMDb has a... I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. Something's going on here. I mean, I'm getting confused, because it's saying Transformers 8 is the one that Stephen Capel Jr.'s... This is a bit confusing, but anyways, I'm not really going to mess around, because it's getting really confusing, and I'm going into territory where I don't know where he's getting this what's he get? Cinema Blend. Right, let me check Cinema Blend then. In the chat, let me just check back with you. Alpha Prime, hello. Such good impression, thanks. Tsutsukun King, who disrupts my coronation? Alpha Prime, hey buddy, everyone in the chat. Hello, Alpha Prime. Tsutsukun King, 86 movie and Bumblebee are the best so far. Yeah, I also like the 2007 film, which is the first Michael Bay one. I think that was the closest Bay got to a possible near perfect film based on Transformers. You know, he brought back Peter Cullen. Yes, Hugo Weaving voiced Megatron, which should have been Frank Welker from the start. But, is what it is. But I think the 2007 film Michael Bay directed is probably the closest that he ever got, personally. Alpha Prime. Nice. I really hope they give the Beasts decent alt modes. I do as well. I do. If they don't, I will somehow get on a plane, go to this person's office or whoever's making this film, which is Stephen Capel Jr. I will go and visit Stephen Capel Jr. and I will... what will I do? I don't know, but it won't be good. Because I don't like people fucking with my favourite fucking Transformers series. I want proper breach. I want a gorilla. I want a T-Rex. I want a Velociraptor. I want spiders. I want big giant spiders. I want a big winged wolf, which, Silverball. I want a big massive rhino. I want proper animals that transform. And I don't want a Cybertronian cat, a Cybertronian looking gorilla. I don't want that. I do not want that. That's right, shatter and dropkick. Yep. That's what I was meaning. Alpha Prime, interesting to see how they do Unicron if TFA is a follow-on from the Bayverse. Well, the thing is, the Bayverse films are no longer... I don't think they're producing any more that are in the Michael Bay continuity. The last one that is... Basically, the last one is The Last Night. The Last Night is the last Michael Bay film, and I think that is it. It's ended there. But Bumblebee, Travis Knight's Bumblebee, is a reboot. Basically, yes, it did kind of reference the 2007 Michael Bay film, because he transformed into the Chimera at the end. But it's not. It's actually a reboot. So Bumblebee is actually a reboot for a brand new continuity. So the Bumblebee continuity is a new continuity. So Transformers Beast Alliance is going to be set in the Bumblebee timeline, not the Michael Bay timeline, and is the sequel to Bumblebee. And then there's another film coming out which is going to be the sequel to Beast Alliance. There's also an animated prequel an animated prequel film based on Cybertron coming back from the Toy Story 4 director. So that's coming. And we also have this untitled Transformers film that's come out of nowhere by the showrunner of the Defenders, that is separate from any of the films that we currently have. And also the ones that are in development. It is currently completely separate, so there's even a completely separate film being made as well. You have a point there, Alpha. You have a point there, basically saying that if Unicron was to transform, every human or everything would die on Earth. Yeah, because he's practically his Earth. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they don't go with the Transformers Prime idea for Unicron. I love Transformers Prime, but I'm not a huge fan of how they handled Unicron, especially where Unicron was actually basically, he was the core of Earth. He basically was the core. He was basically the core of our planet. He lived in the center of our planet. And everything revolved around him, making Earth. And I didn't like it where he kind of was like projecting himself, and he was basically a big, giant-sized transformer that dwarfed everyone else, but he wasn't a planet-eating size, because he was just kind of projecting himself. Yeah, so I don't want him to do that. I want it to be a planet that is moving through space like it should be. That makes more sense. Decepticon King, I like what they did with Unicron in TF Prime. It was it was alright. I love Transformers Prime though, but I'm not a huge fan of what they did there. I love my 86 Unicron because that makes more sense to me. It being an alien planet that can transform, rather than Unicron actually be on Earth. So Alpha Prime, thank goodness for that. Yeah. Buzz, 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 Lightyear to the rescue. Da, 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 da. Alpha Prime, plenty to look forward to then. Yeah, there's loads of stuff in production. There's like 4 films currently in production. A lot of the only film that has a little bit more information about it is Beast Alliance, because that's out next year. I think they've only announced one person that is cast in Beast Alliance. I've forgotten the guy's name, but they've cast a main male character, but they're looking at a female main character as well. But yeah. So what was I looking for? I was looking out for. No, that was from last year. Trying to find this article that he was talking about. It would be so good if he actually put the freaking links in the description, because it would be easy for people to find them. This is really goddamn annoying, because for how long have I been live for? For nearly an hour, and I've not even found anything remotely interesting to talk about. I've no idea, folks. I apologise. I've no idea without playing the damn thing.
Is in the works, this time with some Marvel talent. Okay, first of all, this headline is very misleading. Let's just read what it says in the article. It's been nearly 2.5 years since the Transformers spin-off Bumblebee came out, and even longer since the property's main film series was revisited by Paramount Pictures has big plans in store for the Transformers franchise, ranging from direct follow-ups, spin-offs, and now another project has been added to robots and Skyfall. This one coming from someone who knows their way around the Marvel realm. Okay, like I just said, we got some Marvel talent here. Thompson King's Angel Manuel Soto is set.
I see. That makes a bit more sense. I've already spoken about this information actually, and I didn't realize it. It seems Transformers 8 has a writer and director. Transformers 8 is the film that is coming out by Marco Ramirez, and who co-created Netflix's The Defenders miniseries, and also the director and also the guy who did Charm City Kings, Angel Manuel Soto. So Transformers 8 is being produced and directed by those two. Okay. So I've already spoken about that. So that's Transformers 8. That's the director and writer for Transformers 8. Transformers 8 is now confirmed, as well as Stephen Capel Jr.'s Transformers Beast Alliance. So those are the two films currently in the works that have directors and have producers to them. And then we've also got two more as well. So, yeah. Is there anything else in Alex Hughes' videos that I can talk about? There is some casting news, apparently. Just give me a second. Apparently some casting news according to this. Dear God. It is a pain in the ass today. I apologise, folks, for this. Trying to get information is like fucking... Yeah.
What's up, Raging Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here, and you're watching TF Movie Show.
Oh, I don't fucking want this one. What's he doing? Fuck's sake. I fucking hate computers. And breathe. Fuck's sake.
That before. We've seen that in Revenge of the Fallen. We see that in Dark of the Moon. We don't need the headline from Deadline. Transformers Anthony Ramos. I'd start.
Right, okay, so a guy called Anthony Ramos is apparently eyed to star in the next Transformers film, which is it says for Paramount E1 and Hasbro franchise. So E1 and Hasbro, I assume this is the animated series, or it could be a live action film. I don't know, because it says here, oh no, Transformers Beast Alliance. So it is Beast Alliance. It's just with saying E1 and Hasbro, because E1 and Hasbro are kind of, they do animated stuff there as well. So so it says Transformers Beast Alliance. So I guess in this guy is being eyed to star in Beast Alliance. So a guy called Anthony Ramos. Anthony Ramos. There we go. Yeah, so Stephen Capel Jr.'s film, which is Beast Alliance, so that's the film Anthony Ramos is looking to be in final negotiations to star in that film. So that's possibly one guy cast in the film. Can we get any more? Right. So apparently Ramos, who's in negotiations to play, apparently it says is going to be playing a character that is flawed and vulnerable. Is a flawed and vulnerable hero who has made mistakes in his life and is eager to redeem himself with the help of Optimus Prime. So basically, Anthony Ramos is possibly going to be playing a character that is flawed and a vulnerable hero who has made mistakes and he's eager to redeem himself. And with that, Optimus Prime kind of helps him to see the error of his ways and he moves on with his life. So that looks like that's what we're getting with his character. So is there any more character news in this video? Let me have a look. I'm currently watching one of Alex Yu's videos here. That's why I'm kind of pausing so I can read and see what's going on. And I'll be back with the live chat in a moment because I know I'm completely ignoring the live chat at the minute. Apparently here it says execs now look to do screen and chemistry tests with his female co-star. Ramos always seemed to be the top choice from the day Capel came aboard. Those tests with positive co-stars will happen soon, with decision on that casting coming next month. Sources Kiki Lane and Dominique Fishback are among those meeting for the role. Right, so Kiki Lane and Dominique Fishback are two female actresses that are looking to possibly play the female character that to go alongside with Anthony Ramos's character. So there we go. That's the news then, and I'm gonna come out of this all now because I am completely confused and I'm quite traumatized. Help me out. Anyway, let me go back up here to see where the hell I am. Alpha Prime. I would love them to do an MCU thing with Unicron, like a series of movies leading up to his approach towards Earth or something. That would make sense because, to be honest with you, it would make sense kind of easing Unicron in. I know that's what Michael Bay was trying to do and ultimately failed, but that was what he was trying to do. We was kind of like giving little possibilities. Could we see a possible Unicron in this? And little Easter eggs here and there. And then he also did, obviously, in the last night, the big horns coming up out the planet, which essentially was Unicron. I want them to stay away from that idea. All right, I want them to stay away from. I want them to stay away from making that whole idea. I don't want Unicron to be planet Earth. It doesn't make much sense. And as Alpha Prime already mentioned, or someone mentioned, I think it was Decepticon King, basically, if Unicron was to transform to battle the Autobots, they would already be defeated because they're on the fucking planet. Or all life on Earth would be destroyed in him transforming. Because, yeah. So it wouldn't make any sense to me to have planet Earth as Unicron, because it would destroy the Earth, destroy everybody and all life on planet, and then Optimus's mission to protect planet Earth, which is essentially what he's doing. Optimus Prime and the Autobots are on Earth because they're on Earth, and Optimus Prime and the Autobots decide, while they're on Earth, they will try to protect humanity from the Decepticons. So basically, it would completely destroy the whole idea of what Optimus Prime is there for and what the Autobots are doing on Earth. Because if Unicron is planet Earth, everybody will be gone if he transforms and they fight. And then everyone's gone, and Optimus would be depressed, and Optimus would then need counseling. Optimus would probably then have to step down from leadership, and Rodimus Prime would likely come from the shadowy depth of the background and seize the Matrix and become the next Prime, which we've possibly already seen in the past. Sorry, that's only a joke. I know there's possibly some Rodimus fans out there somewhere. Anyway, but no, I don't want them to do that. In all honesty, I don't want them to do that approach. I want it to be a fucking planet, a actual planet, and from outer space that comes. It doesn't necessarily have to be comes towards Earth. They could, I don't know. Well, yeah, all right, comes towards Earth, but yeah, I want it to be a separate planet. I don't want it to be the planet Earth. It don't make any sense to me. Anyway, Decepticon King. Yeah, Decepticon King. Hasbro or whoever should let Marvel do these movies, I think. I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to the next films because obviously Michael Bay is not involved. Michael Bay is no longer involved in these films. So that's a plus. Don't get me wrong, Michael Bay is a good director when it comes to action. And you can't deny the action sequences in the films we've seen since 2007 up to The Last Night. The car chase scenes and the action is fantastic. Just mind-blowingly good. But the story, the development, that really lacks. It's the story side and the stupid innuendos and all the stuff that Michael Bay is known for just shoving in there is just what makes your head go numb. So yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. But, it's a good thing that Michael Bay is no longer involved in these films. So basically, they're starting to get directors that are promise. maybe upcoming directors that have a lot of interesting creative thoughts, which is what you need. You need to inject some new blood. You need to inject something in there that would ignite and excite new generations of fans and also old generations of fans. You need to have that balance, and I think the choices of Stephen Capel Jr. He did a great job with Creed 2, and whoever else are going to be coming on to direct the rest of the films. I think it's is it Josh Cooley? I think it is, who's directing the animated prequel, Cybertron prequel, which is the guy who directed Toy Story 4. He's a great choice to direct an animated Transformers movie because Toy Story 4 was fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these films because I've got more hope for them. Travis Knight did a fantastic job with Bumblebee, and he did a great job with starting off what is now going to be going forward a new timeline. But yet we've also got a couple of other films that are in development that are supposed to be separate from what's going on. So there's two of them. There's two films in development, as well as two more films which are actually sequels to one another. So we've got two films that are sequels to one another, and we've got two films that are separate from everything, which is the animated Cybertron prequel and this other one that's just been announced. So, yeah, it's a little bit confusing. Decepticon Queen. Love the original Unicron. It is a shame the figure was so expensive and hard to get after 30 years of waiting. Although the original toy prototype is interesting, shall we say. Yeah, I would have really loved to get my hands on one of those Unicrons, but yeah, one, too expensive, two, I don't have any room for it. It would literally just be an expensive paperweight, and I don't have enough room for something of that size, so I won't be able to have that unless I get my own place some point in the future. But I don't think I'm. Decepticon Queen. I had the Armada one. My brother found it in a charity shop and thought it was funny to sneak into my room when I was asleep, sit him on my bed in a creepy way. I love you. I love your brother's sense of humor. That's actually funny. Decepticon King. How are the cats? They are good. One of them's here, as always. Cheeky, aren't you? Yes. And the other one is downstairs somewhere, I think. Alpha Prime 88. When is the Comic Con, buddy? Might look into going. All being well. I remember you mentioning it in your vlog, but can't remember for the life of me. Oh, you mean the Scotland Comic Con in October? Yes. I'm hoping to go. I've got the time booked off. I've got the time or the dates. I've got the dates for Scotland Comic Con currently booked off holiday wise. I just need to book my ticket and get some money together and hotel money and all that stuff. I just need to sort all that out in the meantime. But I haven't bought my ticket yet. But yeah, I'm hoping to go because Frank Welker and Peter Gunn are going, and also the cast of Flash. He'll save every one of us. Decepticon King. Wendy is a pen demon. What? Alpha Prime. That's all good, bro. Just enjoy being on here with you all. Oh, shit. Yeah, don't. Yeah, about my meltdown here. Like, you, don't worry, man. Computers hate you more. Definitely. Everything hates me. Even things with a pulse and things that have electricity going through them do not work with me. You know, that has been proven over my life. Cybertron Queen, Jay steals and hides my pens. I've got hundreds around here, but can I ever find a bloody pen? Sounds about right. You know, yeah, it's kind of like the one of the oldest jokes ever, isn't it? Like you know, you need a pen for something, and you just can't for the life of you find one. Then you have to go out and buy pens, and then you lose those as well. Yeah, I get your point. Zedcon King, do you like Ren and Stimpy? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One of the most controversial kids shows ever released. Of course I like it, because it's controversial. I like my controversial shit TV wise and animated wise. Yeah, I love my controversial shit. Ren and Stimpy was bloody weird. Especially that episode where was it? Yeah, it was Ren. I can't remember which one was which, but the little guy was sawing a log on top of his mate, and it kind of looked like he was bumming him. Yeah, that's a kids show, and that was aired on Nickelodeon. Funny, brilliant, great, love it. Zedcon King, not a Rodimus fan, mate. I don't say, nah, I was only joking around, but I don't mind Rodimus. Rodimus, he's not one of my favourite characters, but I don't dislike him completely. And also, I'm not one of these people that kind of blame him for the death of Optimus Prime, because it's actually kind of been proven that, Rodimus didn't actually kill him. Yes, he did distract. He did cause a little bit of a distraction, so Megatron could get a gun and use that to, inflict the fatal wounds upon Optimus. But Rodimus did not kill him. Megatron killed Optimus. Rodimus just kind of got in the way and caused an issue for it, but he didn't kill Optimus. So do not blame Rodimus for killing Optimus, because it was Megatron that caused the injuries that killed Optimus. Anyway. But no, I don't dislike Rodimus. I don't dislike him. He's not one of my favourite characters, but I don't dislike him. I can take him and I can just leave. I'm not all that bothered with him. Zedcon King, did you just fart? No idea. If so, fuck yes. Hey, Collector 75, Graham, how are you doing, my friends? Sorry that I'm taking so long to get to you, mate. I'm literally working my way through the live chats. How are you doing, Graham? Collector 75, hope you're well. Alpha Prime 88, got to go, guys. Great hanging with you all. There, no worries, man. Thanks for joining us. Collector 75, just listening while working on a new custom. Ooh, very nice. What custom is that then, mate? If you don't mind asking, or me asking, or sharing. If it's a secret, I completely understand. Zedcon King, I'm the cat. Zedcon King, that's the adult party cartoon. Oh, is it? I thought it was actually in an episode. I thought that was actually in an episode. I don't know. I could be getting mixed up, but I do love Ren and Stimpy anyway. So that's everything for the live action movie chat, which was a complete failure on my part. I apologise. Collect 75 Graham. It's a G1 Black Zarak Tony Frussel's dream. He's actually got one. He finally got one. He finally got his Black Zarak at TFN a few years back with 3D printed gold feet. Yeah, and I can't remember. That makes that kind of. that TFN with Tony was kind of a little bit annoying because he was definite that he wasn't going to buy. No, he was going to buy the Black Zarek, but I think he bought something else. But then he managed to get the Black Zarek in the end anyways. I don't know, but literally Tony was practically very hard to deal with that TFN because of how enthusiastic he was at purchasing Black Zarek and running around and shoving this Black Zarek in everyone's faces. Look, I have Black Zarek. I have him. He's not all there because these are fake feet. These are not original feet. But I have Black Zarek. And that's all he was doing all goddamn weekend since that, or from Saturday or whenever he bought it. Anyway. Decepticon King in the Deviations comic, I think it was called. It shows what would happen if Hot Rod didn't get in the way. Right? Okay. Well, if Hot Rod hadn't got in the way, I think Optimus would have just flat out been able to kill Megatron, because if you think about it, Optimus had the upper hand. Optimus had his blaster, and he had it, pointing at his head. And if Rodimus hadn't have got involved, the likelihood is the two factors I think what could have happened if Rodimus hadn't have got involved. One, Optimus would have ultimately won, and Megatron would have been killed, and then later ended up being reformatted as Galvatron. Or two, that Optimus did his signature thing of being too compassionate, which is kind of what his character was he was compassionate, and he would have possibly somehow have let Megatron go. Maybe wounded a little bit, but he would have probably let him go because he doesn't agree with killing anything or any being or any sentient beings. He doesn't agree with bringing harm or death to anyone. At least in the G1 continuity, anyways. Not the Michael Bay Murder Prime, because Michael Bay's Optimus Prime is Murder Prime, where he literally rips off other Cybertronians' faces, slices and dices everything, and blasts everything in the face. Completely opposite to what Optimus Prime's character is all about. Decepticon King, sound with SG1. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Tony. Yep. Decepticon King, quick man, grab tenaciously to my buttocks. Powered toast man. Eh? Decepticon King, tut. Decepticon King, tut. At Toady there. Yeah. Zero Bunny. Hello, Zero Bunny. Welcome to the live chat. Hope you're well. Well, to be honest with you guys, I might give it another. What? 5 minutes or so, and I might bring this to an end because we are coming up to an hour and a half since I've been on here. Decepticon King, I recommend that comic, man. It is a brill read. Oh, okay. Zero Bunny. So what's going on? Well, the stream originally at the beginning was talking about the Transformers live action films, any sort of news, and now it's currently just a general chat and chill out. So that's basically it. And I'm going in a minute, anyways, Zero Bunny. So unfortunately, you joined us right at the latter end, but it doesn't matter. You can always rewatch this back if you wish. True. So yeah, I'm going to probably come to an end in about 5 minutes. That'll bring us to about an hour and a half dead. Right on, pretty much. So 5 more minutes, guys, and I will bring it to an end. Because there's literally nothing else I can talk about. And my blood pressure is through the roof because computer would not work for me. He would all the commands I was putting into Google, it was not working through Google. Google was not working for me, and computer was not working for me. So, yeah, I hate machines. So, is there anything else I want to talk about before we end? Anything in particular? Has anyone been buying any new toys lately? Any movies that you've been watching? Any series you've been watching? Anything like that? Zero Bunny. Zero Bunny. Watched the movie Soul recently. Was pretty great. Yeah, it is a good film, that, actually. I've found it took me a while to actually check it out. I watched it on Disney Plus. Yeah, it's a good film. It's probably one of the best films I think Pixar have ever made. It certainly shows how much originality there is with certain creators and developers and people that work at Pixar, because a lot of people was a little bit concerned with Pixar because they were kind of at one point they had a lot of originality. You know, they brought out Toy Story, Bug's Life, all these different really great memorable films over the years, but then they started to kind of focus more on sequels and sequels and sequels, which is something they weren't really known for except for Toy Story. And kind of people just kind of, you know, kind of thought, where's the originality gone with Pixar? And with Soul, I think that originality is certainly there still. It looks like there's some interesting people working on films there, and Soul's an interesting thing because, one, it's a film about jazz music. It's a film centered around jazz music and jazz musicians, but then it's also about death, life and death, the whole life and death thing, and what happens to you when you die, and then, you know, kind of that kind of thing, and trying to find who you are as a person, which is kind of all these different elements that come into one. And it doesn't seem, you know, when you look at all those different elements and put them together, it doesn't sound like something like that would work as a combination. But it did work. It really did work well. You know, Soul's fantastic. Really well done film. Decepticon King. Google is Poogle. Yes, it is. Anyways then, guys, we are at an hour and 30 minutes, 35 seconds now. So I'm going to bring this to an end. So I would like to thank everybody that joined me in the live chat once again for joining me. I appreciate everyone that has said hello during my rant at the computer screen for most of this, and very little Transformers news, even though I managed to kind of get a good hour's worth of content out of nothing, which is usually my YouTube channel as a whole. You know, it's like about 10 years of nothing. But anyways, so thank you very much, everybody, and I appreciate all the messages and people checking me out. But I'm going to go now and enjoy the rest of my evening. And I'm not at work tomorrow, so I've got a day off. So I'm going to chill out and have a few drinks, I think, later. And might go for a walk, actually. Well, it's quite nice out. I might go for a little walk. But yes, thank you very much. And thanks again to everybody that's in the chat. And thanks to Zero Bunny, who was the last person. And to Decepticon King, Decepticon Queen, Graham, Lawrence, and who else? Alpha Prime, yes, Alpha Prime as well. Thank you very much to you as well. I also just want to say quickly, I don't know, obviously Alpha Prime's gone now, but Alpha Prime, I want to say a big thank you for him for, again, he created my new channel logo, which is currently right in that, on my YouTube channel right now, the little logo thing that's in the corner. He created my new channel logo, and I just want to say a big thank you to him for doing that, taking the time out of doing it. It's better than I ever would have imagined. It's just such a good intro, logo for me. And I've made a brand new intro for my videos as well. So I'm going to be bringing back an intro for my reviews and everything. So his logo is a part of my new intro as well. So thank you very much to him, Alpha Prime, for taking the time to do that. I really appreciate it. So yeah, more videos, more live streams coming very soon. So stay awesome, everybody, and peace. Bye-bye for now.